The opening scene unfolds in a dimly lit classroom, heavy with rain and tension. The atmosphere mirrors Lena's inner turmoil, her loneliness and confusion. Every sound feels amplified. Raindrops, shallow breaths, and the faint hum of fluorescent lights. The intimacy between Lena and Mr. Carter feels dangerous, fragile, and inevitable. Through Lena's voiceover, we glimpse her emotional void. Her confession, "I knew it was wrong, but in that moment I didn't care," reveals both guilt and yearning. It's not lust driving her, but a desperate need for connection. This single line transforms the scene from scandalous to deeply human, pulling viewers into her emotional storm. The knock on the door shatters their fragile world. Time freezes as fear replaces longing. Mr. Carter's whisper, "Don't move," seals their shared guilt. The sudden cut to black, followed by 3 months earlier, creates a powerful cliffhanger. The audience is compelled to uncover how innocence unraveled into forbidden desire. Lena's world is painted in muted tones, quiet mornings, distant parents, and the echo of betrayal after losing both her boyfriend and best friend. Her art and writing once gave her purpose, but now she drifts through days unnoticed. The chaos of her home mirrors the emptiness inside her. When Mr. Carter enters her life, he doesn't do so as a savior, but as someone who truly sees her. His recognition of her essay, raw, poetic, and painfully personal, cuts through her numbness. His words, "You write pain like someone who's lived it," validate her suffering, igniting a fragile hope. Their bond grows not through passion, but through quiet moments, late-night discussions about poetry, shared silences, and lingering glances. What begins as mentorship slowly turns into emotional dependence. The boundaries fade as Lena mistakes attention for affection, and Mr. Carter mistakes admiration for connection, setting tragedy in motion. That rainy evening marks the true beginning of their emotional entanglement. The classroom, empty and dim, becomes a confessional. Words replace touch as both reveal the fractures in their lives, his failing marriage and her crumbling identity. For the first time, Lena feels seen, not as a student, but as a soul equally lost. When Lena pleads, "Please, don't stop talking to me," it's more than a request. It's a cry for human connection. That moment crystallizes the tension between them. Forbidden, yet inevitable. Mr. Carter, torn between morality and empathy, senses the danger but also the intoxicating comfort of being understood. Their silences speak louder than any confession. The illusion shatters when Claire, his weary wife, appears. Lena glimpses the quiet tragedy of a woman living beside emotional absence. Guilt coils within her even as attraction deepens. Then Mr. Carter's assignment, "The line we shouldn't cross," becomes their mirror. Lena's final line, "I crossed it anyway," transforms writing into revelation, and him into her muse of ruin. Their meetings, once innocent, become sacred spaces of vulnerability. Between discussions of poetry and pain, laughter sneaks in, hands brush accidentally, and unspoken emotions fill the air. When Mr. Carter gives her the notebook, it becomes both a gift and a trap. Every word Lena writes pulls her closer to him. The whispers begin like faint echoes in the hallways. Evan's mocking tone cuts deep, his jealousy disguised as cruelty. Lena's reputation trembles under the weight of rumor, while Carter's calm reassurance, "I can handle it," feels both protective and reckless. His confidence blinds them to the storm approaching. When Claire discovers Lena's essay, "For the One Who Sees Me," the emotional balance shatters. Her quiet devastation becomes a ghost haunting every scene. The classroom feels colder, conversations heavier, and guilt unbearable. Each passing day tightens the invisible thread binding them, a thread destined to snap. The night of the storm becomes the inevitable collision of emotion and consequence. Rain thrashes against the windows as Lena, trembling, tries to sever their connection. But when Carter challenges her to deny her feelings, she breaks. The kiss that follows isn't passion, it's surrender, fragile and fated to destroy them. The rattle of the doorknob snaps them back to reality. The principal's sudden appearance turns the air electric with fear. They mask their guilt with forced calm, but something irreparable has already happened. Later, Evan's revenge takes shape. The blurred photo captures their downfall, not through clarity, but implication. The aftermath is merciless. Carter's suspension sends shockwaves through the school, while Lena faces relentless scrutiny. When Claire visits her, the quiet venom in her words, "You'll be the one they'll blame," pierces deeper than any punishment. In that moment, Lena realizes, innocence doesn't matter when shame has already chosen its victim. After Carter's resignation, silence replaces scandal. Lena becomes the ghost of whispers in the hallways, every glance a reminder of what was lost. The letter he leaves behind remains unread, a choice she makes to protect her fragile healing. The damage is deep, but beneath it, something begins to stir. Lena channels her grief into creation. Her pain finds a new voice through her writing, honest, unfiltered, and unashamed. "I begged him to never stop" becomes her redemption, transforming shame into art. When the story captures national attention, it's not fame she gains, but validation, her truth finally heard. Returning to the empty classroom, Lena reclaims her past. The sunlight paints everything golden, washing away the storm's shadows. Her whisper, "Thank you for breaking me open," isn't forgiveness, but acceptance. Closing the door isn't an ending, but a rebirth, the first step toward her own light. 2 years later, Lena stands in a bookstore surrounded by people who know her only through her words. The girl once defined by scandal is now an acclaimed author. Her book, The Line We Shouldn't Cross, mirrors her past, not as confession, but as transformation, turning heartbreak into healing. When Mr. Carter appears, time folds in on itself. His quiet smile carries regret, pride, and farewell all at once. Their eyes meet. No anger, no desire, just understanding. He leaves without a word, proving that some closures are found not in conversation, but in silent acceptance. The handwritten note inside her book feels like both apology and benediction. As Lena reads, tears glisten, not from pain, but release. Her voiceover, "Maybe some stories aren't meant to be forgiven, but they can still be finished beautifully," echoes her truth. Healing isn't erasing the past, it's rewriting it.